This is Danny Flexen here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by world champion Chantelle Cameron. Chantelle, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. When you sit up here, you're obviously at the early part of the press conference for Taylor and Serrano. How does it make you feel about what could be in your own future?
Incredible, and not just for me, it's the young ones coming up as well. It's women's boxing is thriving, it's getting better and better and bigger, especially these sort of shows that are happening. It's incredible, really, so I'm excited for the younger generation more.
How much credit do you give to someone like Katie Taylor, who's been a pioneer for the sport, now that opportunities are starting to open up for other young fighters, as you say?
You have to give her all the credit because it's Katie Taylor and Clarissa Shields that really got women's pro boxing seen and talked about, and also Eddie Hearn and the rest of the promoters that are big in women's boxing up. So you have to thank them all, and you have to give them all the respect in the world for it, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be in this position.
As Jake Paul's view on female boxing and the way he's trying to champion it, has that changed your opinion of him at all from when he first came into the sport?
Yeah, I think even his last fight and that, I think he worked hard. So fair enough, he was on YouTube, he's shouting out all these like great legends, but you have to respect him for it, because look what he's doing. He's bringing a whole different audience in, massive views, putting on shows, and look how the exposure he's got from Amanda Serrano. I respect him as well.
Now, I saw you talking to Amanda, of course, and her team. Any chance of some sparring being set up, or you going over there, her coming here?
Possibly.
Keep your cards close to your chest. When are we likely to see you next out? I know Eddie said possibly April.
Yeah, that was the first I've heard about it. It's been a frustrating couple of months, because obviously there was like rumours about Caddy being a delay, but I'm thinking hopefully the fight will happen March, April, and then it's hearing nothing. And then this week I found out that no, I'm going to have a title defence in the meantime. So frustrating couple of months, but hopefully now Eddie says what he said and it'll get me out in April.
I mean, looking back to that world title victory, it was a strange one, because it was you were promoted to main event at very short notice, and then went out and put on the performance of your life. Try and describe the emotions behind that, if you can.
I was really nervous. really nervous. And obviously Mary is a great fighter, great champion, tough as they come. But it's weird really, because even though all that was happening, I generally put it to the back of my mind, like it was irrelevant, I didn't care. I was thinking it could be at 5 p.m, the start of even before the bell. And I was thinking it doesn't matter, like the platform I'm on, as long as I win these belts. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, it's like as much as the platform's good for your profile, etc. For me, it's about winning. And that was just my focus.
You're unified, of course. When is it going to be undisputed? Will that be in the next fight, or are we looking at the summer?
Touchy subject.
Why is that?
Because Caddy's not ready. So I'll have a title defence and then wait for Caddy.
Was this because she had an injury maybe in her last fight, or it was a particularly grueling one? What's the reason you've been given?
I actually don't know, but I just wish Caddy speedy recovery and best wishes really, because obviously this is boxing. Like, I ain't got no enemies, and I want her to be healthy, and boxing's boxing at the end of the day. I think health's more important, and I think that's something that people should remember. Health's more important than fighting. What
did you make of her performance against Kamara?
Great fight. Obviously now I wish Kamara got the win, because I would be fighting. But good fight, yeah. I actually did think Kamara won it, if I'm honest. I was really impressed with Kamara. I think Caddy, she performed well, but I think maybe she underestimated Kamara a little bit.
Did Callie show you anything you'd not seen in any of her previous fights?
I seen enough. I was prepared. I was looking forward to the fight. I think that's why I've been a bit like deflated in that, because I was literally touching it. I was touching the undisputed fight, and then it slipped through my fingers again.
You're of course the first world champion from your hometown in Northampton. Has Eddie talked at all about putting you on there?
There was, but again, that's gone out the window as well. There was talks, but not heard much about that now. So no, nothing.
Do you, when you're fighting now, you're still right in the middle, your prime of your career, do you get a sense of how you're influencing people? Because you talked about how Katie Taylor's come on and there's a lot more opportunities for female fighters now. Do you get a sense of the impact you're having on younger female fighters now?
Yeah, I speak to a few young girls and that, like their parents always contact me about the young girls looking up to me, and like they're always watching my fights, mimicking me and stuff. And I think, God, what an achievement that is. It doesn't matter about belts sometimes, it's about what you're doing for other people. And sometimes I think that's even a bigger reward than actually what you're achieving, because you think, I am generally excited for the next generation to come through, because I think they're going to be bigger and better, and I want to be out before they come through, because I'm going to end up getting my ass beat.
But is that a conscious thing for you? So when you do interviews, when you do appearances, are you thinking, I want to influence the next generation, I'm going to get out and about and talk as much as I can?
Yeah, I think you just got to be natural as well. Like you can't be in front of this camera being fake. And people, in my opinion, like people like me or they don't like me. And to be fair, I don't really care because I think I'm not here to make friends or make people like me. I'm just be normal and be genuine. And I think that's enough for parents and young girls or boys to look up to me and think that's a good role model because she's not being fake. There's no trash talk, there's no egos. I'm just being me, and I think that's all I've got to do.
Now, if you achieve undisputed glory in the summer, you'll have done something a lot of fighters would be desperate to do, and you're still quite young. What are the boxes left to tick, or would that be enough for you and you'll sail off into the sunset?
Thanks for saying I'm young. 30, but no, like I do want to crack at MMA. I think if I don't have a crack at MMA, I'll be disappointed because obviously I've done kickboxing, I've done Thai boxing, and I think if I give it a fight and I don't have an MMA fight, I think I'll be a bit like look back and think that'd be a big regret for me. But again, like I've become undisputed. There's also lightweight division, move up to welterweight. Like I think me and McCaskill, like Eddie mentioned in the press conference, me and McCaskill, what a fight that could be, and that'll be a hard fight for me, really, really, really hard fight. But they're the sort of fights I want to be in. Like there's no point screaming and shouting that you're a champion if you're not willing to face other champions, and that's what I want to be doing now. Is any champion I want to be facing champions. If I could like say my next 5 fights to just be against champions, and I'll be happy with that. Then I can say I'm good. But at the moment, you can't say you're good because I've not faced the best.
Now, before I let you go, you're very close friends, of course, with Louise Orton, who's soon to make her pro debut. She's waited a long time for it. Just a word about her and how much talent she has.
I'm a bit gutted for Louise, to be honest, because she's not getting the opportunity she really does deserve. And I'm excited because she is going to make such an impression. She's got the pro style, she's fan friendly, she talks well, and I'm really excited for Louise, really am. And I just hope she gets seen at how good she is and she gets on the big shows and she's standing here doing these sort of interviews and at press conferences. I really hope it happens for her.
Brilliant. Really, really appreciate your time, and can't wait to see you back out.
Appreciate that.
All right, cheers.